Helm, and welcome to the Idris Hero Spotlight. Today we're looking at Idris, a desert warrior who can become either an assassin or a mage. With spear and chakrams, Idris adapts his fighting style for any situation. When played as a weapon assassin, he excels at chasing and killing his enemies. On the other hand, his crystal mage path allows him to fight from the perimeter, kiting his opponents with ease. Let's start by looking at Idris's abilities before looking at how his heroic perk, Divergent Paths, upgrades them. Idris's first ability, Shroud Step, lets him roll in the chosen direction before striking his next target with an empowered attack. If Idris has not recently taken damage, Shroud Step also gives him a strong defensive barrier. A full white meter beneath his health and stamina indicates that he has successfully avoided damage and that the barrier is available. I recommend learning and upgrading this ability second, then taking its overdrive. Idris's second ability throws a chakram that flies in the chosen direction before returning to his hand. This damages enemies as it goes out and again as it comes back, and also grants stamina each time it hits enemy heroes, miners, or kraken. When Idris activates his Shimmer Strike ultimate, he instantly becomes invulnerable and latches onto the target enemy or allied hero. While latched, Idris can simply tap again to leap off in the chosen direction, damaging nearby enemies. I recommend learning the ultimate whenever it's available. Weapon builds may consider the final rank over the Chakram Overdrive, while crystal builds may consider it over the Shroud Step Overdrive. Idris's Divergent Paths perk allows him to specialize as a melee assassin or a ranged mage by acquiring 125 weapon or crystal power. The Weapon Assassin path upgrades his Shroud Step into a Blink, allowing him to bypass many hero abilities and instantly strike his targets. Additionally, his melee attacks recover stamina and reduce his Shroud Step and Shimmer Strike cooldowns. The Crystal Mage path unlocks ranged basic attacks and grants strong crystal damage on all of his attacks. Additionally, Idris leaps further from his target when using his Shimmer Strike ultimate, allowing him to keep his distance. Now that we've covered Idris's kit, let's look at how his abilities can be chained together. Whenever Idris activates his Shroud Step or Shimmer Strike abilities, he will briefly prevent his chakrams from flying back to him. By moving to the other side of a returning chakram, it will turn around, damaging enemies a third time. Shroud Step can only trigger one additional pass. However, with careful timing, Shimmer Strike can trigger 2 additional passes. First when he latches onto a hero, then again when he leaps off. Idris picks up an infusion as he heads into the enemy jungle, immediately coming across his opponents. He instantly kills Fortress, and the barrier from his Shroud Step allows him to shrug off Finn's polite company. As Idris shifts his focus to the enemy crystal miner, Finn turns around, ready to fight. Idris blinks, dodging Finn's quibble as it slams to the ground. He follows immediately with Shimmer Strike, avoiding the second polite company. With his mobility burned, Idris needs to race against Finn's ability timers, rapidly landing basic attacks to reduce his Shroud Step cooldown. Just in time, Idris blinks once again to dodge the final quibble. Weapon Idris rewards aggression not just for damage, but also for staying alive. He needs to strike first before taking damage to gain his Shroud Step barrier, and he needs to continue attacking to keep blinking. By being aggressive, Idris dodged all of Finn's abilities and walked away from this fight with 2 kills. In this match, both teams are baiting each other in the lane when the enemy Finn manages to pull in Idris's entire team. Ozo dives towards Kestrel as Saw's suppressing fire rips through Idris's health. But Idris won't die. By using his Shimmer Strike ultimate on the enemy Ozo, Idris instantly gains invulnerability. Then, at the exact moment Ozo dashes back towards Arden, Idris leaps in the other direction towards safety. With Arden down and Kestrel under attack, Idris doesn't fall back. Instead, he's positioned to dive back in, striking Ozo as he bounces overhead. Thanks to quick reflexes and a calculated reposition, he stands as the sole survivor, bringing his team a step closer to securing the match. Later in the match, Idris has unlocked both his weapon and crystal paths and is ready for a fight. Though this hybrid path offers strong offense and versatility, it is also higher risk due to fewer item slots available for defense or utility. Playing to the strengths of his crystal path, Idris stays in the rear with Kestrel, keeping their distance as their opponents move in. As Finn yet again manages to pull the entire team, Arden activates his Crucible and Fountain to buy the team a moment of safety. Kestrel moves further into the jungle, while Idris latches onto the enemy Saw, then leaps off to the other side of his suppressing fire. With Saw and Finn quickly going down, the team then focuses on Ozo. This time, the entire team is still alive, allowing them to push forwards for a victory. Although his weapon and crystal paths both offer high damage and mobility, an aggressive weapon Idris, such as the Idris in this fight, is typically much stronger when it comes to chasing and finishing off opponents. Crystal and hybrid paths can focus on kiting or skirmishing. Alternating current is a great addition for staying close to the fight and keeping damage up. On the other hand, Idris brings no crowd controls to the table, so Frostburn is an outstanding choice for players who prefer to keep their distance. Thanks for watching the Idris Hero Spotlight. Download Vainglory free on the Apple App Store, Google Play, and the Amazon App Store.